going to bottle my kombucha today, and I just decided I might as well show you how to bottle kombucha, to make kombucha, and possibly grow your own Scoby. So I get questions all the time, how do you make kombucha? What is kombucha? Why do you drink? First, you're going to take your purified water and fill up your stainless steel pot. If you're using a regular pot, like a cooking pot, you can just use half of the purified water and boil it. This is just so you can melt your sugar and have your tea steep. So we are going to boil some hot water in our pots. When that is done, you are going to mix it with your 1 cup sugar, and you're going to brew 5 bags of either black or green tea, and you're going to put it into your jar. Your sugar is dissolved, it's nice and dissolved in your tea. Let it brew. This actually has to go down to room temperature. So if you put your Scoby into your hot tea, it will actually kill the properties and the good bacteria and enzymes in the Scoby. So you do not want to put your Scoby into a warm or hot tea. You have to let it sit at room temperature before you place your Scoby into your kombucha. Now you can purchase a Scoby online. I think you can get one on Amazon or search Etsy. I'm not really sure, but I make my own. And if you were going to make your own Scoby and your own kombucha, instead of using a Scoby or purchasing a Scoby, you can actually just purchase one of these bottles. It doesn't have to be this flavor, it can be the regular one, but if you purchase a GT's organic raw kombucha and you put half of it inside your tea that you brew, you'll actually be acting like your Scoby, and it will grow its own Scoby in about 3 weeks, and then you can use the kombucha just as I am today. So that, and I have to wait for this to cool down first. So I will be back. So now that the tea has gone down to room temperature, it's cool enough for me to actually put in my Scobies without damaging them. I'm going to take out the tea bags because they are already soaked and made my tea. These can be disposed of and thrown away. I'm going to add the rest of my water, because all I really needed to do was make the tea. So I'm adding the rest of my water into my tea here. I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit. And now, with my very clean hands, I'm going to take one of my Scobies and I'm going to put it into my tea. And it's going to drop to the bottom, and all the sugar and caffeine is going to eat at it, making it fermented. The rest of this, I'm going to put a little bit, so half a cup of my old kombucha in here from my last batch. And I'm gonna make another batch, so this is what that's for. And now, you take your breathing cloth and cover it, your rubber band, and you wait 3 weeks, and then this will be a new batch of kombucha. But I love to flavor my kombucha with ginger and some lemons. I take the whole lemon, even the lemon zest and peel, I juice it all together. I'm just gonna let that drip for another minute or so, and I'll be back. This is my kombucha that has been sitting for 3 weeks. And I'm gonna show you what a Scoby looks like. A Scoby is actually a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast. It's grown from the sugar that you put in there and the caffeine of your green or black tea. So this is what it will look like when it's ready to be bottled. It smells like beer and has a little bit of a vinegary taste. There's little bubbles. It's like fizzy cider. So you'll end up with 2 different Scobies, a new one and the mother one that you first added when you made your kombucha. I'm going to bottle my kombucha now. Hands, wash them and sanitize them with some vinegar. And now I'm going to bottle my kombucha. Is you're going to take out the Scoby here on top. It feels like a really hard mushroom. You see how this is fizzling up? That's your kombucha. So we're gonna put this in this jar because we're gonna need that for our next batch. We're gonna take about half a cup of your reserve kombucha that's already made, and you're gonna dump it in here because this is also going to go into your next batch. Here we go. So that's going into your next batch. We have to keep this aside because We're gonna add the juice that I prepared, the lemon and ginger juice. We're gonna put it in each one of these equally. Now this is optional, you do not have to use any other juice, but because of the lemon and ginger properties, I like to use it because just added benefits and antioxidants and enzymes for my belly. Starts to fizz up. That one's ready to go. Whoa! Overflow. Here's my original Scoby that I put in there beforehand. So I put this one in to start this batch of kombucha. We're gonna put it in with the other one. And this mother juice right here, we're gonna add to my original batch. That's when it's warm. It's so delicious. So my crazy love for kombucha started about 15 years ago. I ran into one of these bottles at a local Whole Foods store. It's GT's, that's a G and a T, so it's GT's Synergy. It's this guy GT Dave. He began bottling these kombuchas in 1995. I love the story behind this, and I was just really interested in it. It was a raw food, and at the time I was venturing into raw food and eating a lot better. It says that it has probiotics and powerful antioxidants, and I was just curious. I wanted to know, how come I've never heard of this before, and I wanted to try it. I took one drink of this exact flavor, Guava Goddess, 15 years ago and fell in love. I went straight away back to Whole Foods and got a whole week's worth. At the time I was suffering from IBS, and after a week of drinking kombucha, I had no problems. My belly felt so much better, and I knew that it was because of the kombucha. And everything this bottle was saying, I felt like it was true. Now, I'm not a doctor. This guy is not a doctor. I just love it. I'm not even sponsored by this brand. I just am in love with this flavor. So the reason I know kombucha works is years ago when I joined the military, you can't take kombucha with you to basic training. You can't buy kombucha and they don't serve you kombucha. And during my basic training time, I actually had the worst IBS issues. It's because I stopped drinking it. Not only did I have the worst belly issues, I was actually getting more cystic acne. I've suffered from cystic acne for many years since I was a teenager and have lots of beautiful scars to show it. When I was in basic training, my belly was out of whack. I had so much issues, and I knew it was due to the fact that I was not taking or drinking a kombucha every day. And when I got out of basic training, of course, I stocked up on these mothers, and I felt so much better and realized that not only was my belly getting better, but I noticed that my skin was clearing up. So why do I drink a kombucha instead of just taking a probiotic every day? I do take a probiotic every day, a very high dose in probiotic every single day. That I just love them. The flavor of it, I crave it, because not only do I have IBS issues, I also have low acid in my belly. So the flavor of this and the fermentation, my body craves it and I enjoy it. And it's one of those things like people enjoy drinking wine. I enjoy drinking my kombucha. There is a small trace of alcohol in kombucha, and that's probably why I initially fell in love with it, because that euphoria of, you know, feeling good. But not only does it make me feel good, it makes my belly feel good, and I can actually see it in my skin. So I bottle it because I want to drink one every single day. These where I live are about $4.99 a bottle. I just want to be able to drink it every day and then splurge once in a while on my favorite kinds. So take what you will from this video. I'm not trying to force you into drinking kombucha or buying a Synergy bottle or buying any other local brand. I'm just sharing my love for kombucha because it has changed a lot of issues with IBS and my low acid belly and even my skin. So I hope you try it. I hope you like it, and let me know if you love it. Let me know if you enjoy it. Go buy this bottle. Go buy one of these. The Guava Goddess. Try this first. And if you like it and you love it, you have issues with IBS, low acid, or even acne, try it, see if it works for a month. And if it does, start brewing your own, make your own, because it does get expensive. My thoughts, and I'm sharing them with you. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.